Failure in nuclear security, the Moldova wake-up call. What's going on, guys? MaKaElectric. It is Thursday the 15th of October 2015. You know, in all my years of watching out for this Operation Blackjack scenario, that's that fictitious slideshow that ran in the Telegraph years ago, depicting a multiple city, multiple country nuclear false flag event. I've never been more concerned that that might actually play out. Let me give this ABC News. Dramatic video released overnight shows what authorities say were the early stages of a nightmare scenario for the U.S. Criminal gangs with access to nuclear material from Russia prepared to sell to the derka, that is ISIS for people who don't know. I don't like saying their name. The videos covering 2 raids conducted in Moldova in 10 months show the plots as they were foiled by Moldovan authorities repeatedly working with the FBI. The latest in a series of troubling incidents involves some material that could be used in the construction of a deadly bomb. I'll give you this link from ABC News. I got a ton more to give you. Nuclear tsunami, let me remind you, September 30, nuclear tsunami. The derka wants to wipe out hundreds of millions from the face of the earth. Now you might say, well, that's just talk. And I might agree with you. If something does go down, I don't believe it's going to have anything to do with whoever they blame it on. It will all be CIA, Mossad, 9/11 type event. I'll give you this link from Express. Captured derka fighter has full map of target for Berlin takeover. This October 7. We got the derka jihads posing as migrants smuggled deadly, undetectable nerve gas into Europe. Another one from Express. October 7. These migrants. Well, let's just keep rolling. Refugees look more like an army than asylum seekers, says the Hungarian leader. No doubt. Definitely infiltrated, if nothing else. All News Pipeline has this. Threat level high in Oklahoma and Texas as quiet invasion takes place in 41 new sanctuary cities in America in the last 4 months. Reports of 6 buses of fighting-age men with government escort. So, if it is pulled off by the derka, the U.S. government is certainly bringing the derka in to get set up. Put a link to that. HHS boosting nation stockpile of burn treatments in case of nuclear attack. What? I'm not making this up. October 1, Judicial Watch. Look at this. Top law enforcement official says terrorists have infiltrated U.S. through Mexico. No doubt, there's probably all kinds of real terrorists here on top of the CIA Mossad ones. You know, like America's been blowing up the world for the past, how many years? It's understandable that some people are pissed off at America. Who do we bomb? After nuclear weapons go off in Europe, Canada, Mexico, all over the United States. Check this out. And this is why I'm so concerned, because you have all of the players from Operation Blackjack involved now. I'll put a link to the slide. Our retaliation is against Iran, Syria, and China. I'll put a link to it. And let me tie all 3 of those together. Report says Iran test fires long-range ballistic missile, October 11. There's Iran for you. And Syria, Saudi Arabia insists Assad must go or be overthrown. John Kerry feels the same way. So there's Syria for you. They would love to drop a nuke on Syria because of what Putin's doing. They're not going to take Assad out of power. Chinese newspapers say spy satellites will target U.S. carriers. There's China. All 3 of them. And let us not forget, in Jericho, North Korea was also named. North Korea could hit U.S. homeland with nuclear weapons, says top admiral. Did you hear that right? North Korea could hit U.S. homeland with nuclear weapon, says top admiral. October 8, 2015. I don't believe they can, but they would certainly be blamed if something went on. Let us not forget about that communications satellite they sent up a while back. Nobody knows where it is. Watch the trailer to the video game Homefront. That'll blow your mind. Anyway, I'll give you a link to that. Are we ready to retaliate? Would Obama retaliate with nuclear weapons on all of the people who they're going to blame? Well, David Cameron says, I'm prepared to press the red button. So the UK is ready to release nuclear weapons, apparently. The Hill puts this out. Why am I so concerned that this might happen before the end of the year? Let us not forget, GOP faces debt limit divide. November 5th. As John Boehner steps down, and the person who was supposed to take his place says, nah, I don't want it. These people headed to the bunker? Look at that number behind me. I have said this for the longest time. This debt cannot be sustained. For the people who think that nothing's ever going to happen, Tell me what you think that number behind me is going to look like in 50 years. It's unsustainable. There has got to be a reset somewhere. I believe they will pull the nuclear false flag to do it. New York Times, Kevin McCartney withdraws from Speaker's race, putting House in chaos. I wonder why. Like an hour before they were going to tell him you got the job, he doesn't want the job. At UN Summit, meanwhile, while all this debates and all this crap to distract you is going on in the background, at UN Summit, world rulers adopt Agenda for Global Socialism. What do they call it? Agenda 2030. The New World Order advances. And Trans-Pacific Partnership is reached, but faces scrutiny in Congress. So the TPP, which most Americans have no idea. You walk up to someone on the street and ask them if they know what that means. It's crazy how little this nation is paying attention to its own enslavement. Anyway, I'll put links to Operation Blackjack all the way at the bottom for the people who are not aware of that. Definitely check out that scenario. Yes, it is fictitious, but I believe it could play out at any time. You know, aside from World War III and what's going on over there. I'll do another video on that. You know, are they about to pull the Goodfellas card, as I would call it? You burn the joint out. The debt, can't borrow anymore. We're going to default. Government going to shut down. It's been unsustainable for the longest time. Sooner or later, the domino falls. Please tell me your thoughts. Please rate this video. Please pass it around. Make people aware of current events. People out there at the DHS, FBI, the good ones. If something like Operation Blackjack ever plays out in America, please do not believe what your bosses tell you about who did it. Please investigate it for yourself. That's all I got. You guys take care, stay safe. I'll see you on the next one.